Welcome back, crew. Today we are diving into a one-shot of Pathfinder 2E with the remaster that just came out. Got to see my cool little black and white sketch cover. We're excited to do a one-shot in my homebrew world of Kazuya. Today we are going to be diving into the Haunting of Ada, which we'll kind of get into a little bit of kind of why the Ada Wastelands and how the crew got there. But this is a one shot kind of showing off some of the remastered things as well as just the system as a whole. We've got some newcomers, some pros mixed in there. So it'll be kind of a good one, especially if you are new to the system, to check out and kind of see some of the Pathfinder 2E goodness. As we dive in, definitely throw in comment if you have questions or anything about the system, throw it into the chat. I'm going to set the stage a little bit. So this crew of adventurers, they don't know what brought them here. We'll kind of figure out what brought them here as we get to meet the individual adventurers, but they're all sailing on the Etarian Dream, making their way across the seas of Kazuya, really either going to find new work, traveling to uncover the next adventure, whatever may have brought them there. But in these seas, they've hit some pretty rough waters. It almost feels like the storm god's fury is against the Etarian Dream, with waves buffeting the ship, rain continuously falling. Even those with keen eyes and the ability to see in the dark are not really able to see too much further than the front of the boat, just how ever present this rain has been. The crew of the ship has done a good job of trying to keep the Etarian Dream on course and kind of keep everything running, but this last night feels like they've gone all out. The lightning crashes, the waves buffet, the ship almost feels like it's turning end over end. They've asked the crew's asked the kind of the guests aboard the Etarian Dream to stay below as they try to valiantly fight the storm and keep the ship afloat. But kind of within the whole of the ship, gathered there, you see kind of the other guests that are traveling. You see dwarves from the Dosan Federation, a few dragonborn from Eteria, humans abound, kind of all huddled beneath, kind of almost fearfully looking up as they hear the rain pelt the deck of the ship and hear the lightning crash and the waves buffet. But as that's all going on, there's five people that kind of stand out. They don't look to be just simple travelers or merchants that may have taken birth on the ship. Something a little bit special about them, we'll say. And now we're going to meet the party. So who wants to go first and introduce their PC and basically just a little bit of what you look like, any character things you've thought of for the one shot about your PC, and maybe why you're on the Etarian Dream as a whole?
Yeah, I'll go first. So I am playing Karolos Marcos, human bard, in his early 30s or so, wearing just mostly clothes, a little bit of armor here and there, carrying a rapier and a lute on him.
Nice. So what brought you aboard the Etarian Dream?
Just to travel, really. Just getting out, seeing the world.
Nice. All right. Who's next?
All right. Can you hear me?
We can.
All right. So the next character would be Pax. He's a swashbuckling goblin. Appearance-wise, he's short. He's rather young, relatively cocky, always down for some fun. And yeah, he holds a rapier and wears a leather armor. In terms of what brought him on, he doesn't come from much, so he was just looking for work as a deckhand, and he's going ship to ship from job to job, and that's where he is. That's why he's on the Etarian Dream now.
Nice.
I can go next. I'm playing Summer Love. I'm a 3-foot tall, green-skinned humanoid covered in leaves and vines. I have multiple dandelions growing out of different parts of my body, and every now and then one of them will pop off and float away in the breeze. There always does seem to be a breeze flowing around me. And I'm on this ship because I was created by a druid probably 3 or 4 years ago in the Aurea Forest. But we had a bit of a falling out, and I'm kind of trying to get away, but also really just want to see what else the rest of the world has to offer.
Nice.
Lokar is an orc fighter who is pacing back and forth with his halberd, and not very steadily either. He doesn't quite have his sea legs. He looks dour and frustrated that he cannot help in this situation, but he keeps his guard up even now, even though there are natural dangers around, because he is trying to protect his senior, Rodan.
Speaking of which, Rodan is an old orc, doing his best to stay upright, sitting on top of probably a crate or something, steadying himself with a cane. He's got graying hair, many battle scars, pale green skin of someone who has lived a rough life, and he is currently looking incredibly frustrated with his apprentice, who seems to refuse to have the ability to sit still. As for why he's here on the ship, I think he is probably, ostensibly, he is here to mentor this young, upstart warrior orc, but I think in reality he is actually perhaps running away from a past he would rather not think about. But even I don't know the true answer to that question. He just sort of sits there grumbling, just, sit down.
Fine. He goes and he takes a seat, and then 10 seconds later he's up again.
Mood.
The storm will just not abate.
Your pacing will not abate, and I promise you, your constant motion will do nothing to assist in the situation. We can do nothing but wait and be aware of our surroundings.
As you mentioned that, go ahead, Lokar.
No, go ahead.
So as you mentioned that, you see kind of a human man, dark skin, real bushy beard, but older, probably 60s, maybe even 70s. You see him kind of kneeling in the corner, and you see he's got like 3 piles set up. You see like the piles, like they're nothing really special. You see like there's 1 gold coin in one, a silver coin in another, and then like just another silver on the far end. You see little pieces of paper, and you hear him kind of chanting this prayer to the storm gods, kind of transiting between Sanda, the god of thunder, Hawaii, the god of water. He's kind of really trying to beseech them. And as his prayer ends, you hear this crack of like, just, it sounds like thunder initially. Actually, make a perception check, everybody. See what you can clarify what this is.
Oh boy.
Open or secret?
We can do this one open.
Oh,
Nice. First nat 20 of the day. Perfect. Pax, to a degree, you get this, especially you're a deckhand, you've been on ships before. You know, like, this sounds like thunder. It sounds like a really deep crack, and you know it's not a good sound, but you know it's not thunder. It's something from the ship is just snapped, broken, obliterated. Lokar, you've got a keener ear on this one. You could pretty much pinpoint that, yes, something on the ship did break, and yes, it was obliterated, pretty much just gone now. But you can tell that whether it be the winds, lightning, something broke the mast. And you hear that mast shatter. You hear the sails kind of hitting into the water and crashing against the deck. You were able to pinpoint out that something has gone seriously wrong with the Etarian Dream.
His hand just goes to the amulet of Teneb, and he says, "Oh, Teneb, protect us all. Are we doomed? Is this it? Is this today? Something's wrong. Something's very wrong."
Calm yourself, Lokar. If we must face death, we will face it with the honor of a warrior. And he stands up and leans on his cane, but still continues to not actually do anything.
We have to do something. I look towards the others that stand out, and I say, "Is this natural? Is this supposed to happen?" His hand is still one hand on the amulet. Oh, you in the corner. What are you praying about?
You see the old man kind of look, and he's kind of strumming his beard. You see him kind of let a small fire to each of the piles, and he goes, "Well, young whippersnapper, the thunder gods, the storm gods, are mad at us. We must pray for their forgiveness, and that's the only way to survive. We must devote ourselves."
I don't know. My eyes go to the goblin, who just looks like a person of action, and I say, not speaking directly to him, but like looking in his direction while speaking. I say, I think at some point we have to try and save ourselves. Yeah.
I've prayed to storm gods before, and it's done nothing. We need to go investigate maybe what's happening down below.
I'm gonna pipe up and say, "Wow, I've never had a god mad at me before. This is so exciting."
I volunteer to go up above there, but I'm not going there alone.
Very well. This is good. This is productive action. And then I will follow Lokar to a place where perhaps we can find some place where we might be of help. Above deck, maybe.
Definitely. So you guys do see kind of a door leading towards a staircase leading towards the door that'll take you above deck. You're definitely like the crew didn't put anyone down there to stop anybody. They just asked people to go down there, so you're easily able to make your way above board. Is everybody going above board? I should say.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
come on.
curiosity killed the cat. Why not?
Perfect. Well, you guys and I imagine Lokar or Rodon. Which one of you guys is leading the way?
I feel like it would be Lokar.
Yeah. Lohar's leading the way, but he doesn't think of himself as the leader. He's there to do the lifting of the trapdoor or the thing, move it to the side, and so that everyone can go up. And then again, he'll like take the lead just as the bodyguard position.
Perfect. You guys make your way to the door, kind of up the steps, and you hear just this howling of wind, pelting of rain. Lokar, give me an athletics check as you try to push that door open.
Come on. This has to be the thing I've been training for my whole life, right?
For this moment.
Solid. Yeah, you like the door. It feels like it's almost like actively fighting against you. You push it open, and as soon as you get it open, it almost feels like the wind tries to take it away, but you've got a firm grip on it. And as you see outside, you see just dark waters, waves crashing into the ship, lightning crackling above, water hitting to the sides. The crazy thing, actually, I'll let you put your own judgment on it. You look around, you're able to see the ship. There's bit lights and things so you can see around on board the ship. You don't see anybody. You see the ship, big mast broken off, some of the bits of wood trailing across the deck, some in the water. But the ship itself, you don't see any crew.
This is where I say his low will comes in. He's scared. He has like hair rising, and he's dumbstruck. So he's just there holding the door, not moving as he's taking this all in, which Rodon may find unusual.
Lokar, we can't come up through there without you moving. What's going on?
He moves to make enough space for the others. There's no one here.
Oh dear.
That's bad. Rodon is going to rush out and see if perhaps they have abandoned ship. If I look out into the ocean, do I see like oars, boats, like rowboats moving away?
Definitely roll perception. You can do this one open too. And for that, let me get a little Pathfinder backstory for that. Perception checks are usually going to be a hidden roll, but sometimes like this, I usually just do them open so people can see what they roll.
All right. I believe in myself.
Solid.
That feels good.
Yeah, you take a look around. Probably the first thing that catches your mind is kind of the mast that's kind of floating in the water with sails. You do see one person kind of stuck on the mast. Looks like they're unconscious, kind of floating along it. But probably the thing that catches your eye most, especially with that 16, is you do see what looks to be a boat. Well, not like a big boat. This looks to be like maybe the captain's cruiser, something like they'd have, like not like a lifeboat, but a little boat that's usually attached to the main boat. And you see a couple people, like 4 people at least, sailing that and heading towards the landmass you see ahead.
It seems that the people of this crew have no honor. All right. Immediately, Rodan is going to try to look for some sort of flotation device.
Well, he's looking for the flotation device. What does everybody else do?
I just try to judge the distance between right here and that landmass. See if it might be survivable to swim.
Yeah, give me that'll be a good one. Your choice of perception or survival.
I'll go with perception.
Or nature, I should say. Sweet. So you see, like, this could be a rough swim. Well, and I forget for Corolos, how strong is he? How naturally athletic is he?
Not very. Slightly above average, maybe.
Okay. Swimmable? Definitely could be a strain for those who don't frequently work out, we'll say. Low carb may be all right, but some of the ones who may not have hit the gym or hit the training mats as much may struggle a bit to swim from this spot, especially with the careening waves.
Right, I'll yell out. I'm not sure I like our odds of swimming to shore. Any other ideas?
Pax, being pretty nimble, will. I mean, even if a mast is broken, he's a pretty good climber. So he'll try to maybe climb up or find some high ground to see if he can find any other signs of the crew or potentially anything that may have happened to them. Right, like if there's any blood or anything that he could see from a higher area.
Definitely. So give me your choice of athletics or acrobatics, and then we'll give a perception check. Depending on how that goes, you make it a circumstance bonus for being high.
I'm trying to roll acrobatics. Bear with me here. There we go.
Nice. Yeah, you nimbly kind of, even with the wind howling, the boat shaking itself apart, you're easily able to get up there. So yeah, roll a perception check and give yourself a +2 circumstance bonus.
Right.
Hey, for those who don't know how to do that, perhaps you could say what you do out loud.
So it should prompt you, right?
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I'm selecting the perception thing on the left bar, and then there's a modifier where you can.
Perfect. Okay.
Got it. Cool. The little text box that comes up. Thank you.
It's a hard dance I rarely play, so like I'm not sure if it prompted you, but I thought it did.
We might need to artificially add 1 to that because I think I only added 1 circumstance.
Yeah, there's one circumstance. Yeah, we'll add so 21, so solid. Yeah, you see, so you get a little bit of a clearer view than Rodan initially. So you see the same guy that's stuck to the mast, unconscious. It looks to be a dwarven sailor. You see the boat kind of sailing past with the 4 people that you could kind of see upright. You get a better look at those 4 upright people. One of them, initially probably Rodan thought he was just skin and bones. This guy is just straight bones. You see with him on the boat, you see these 4 people are standing, but with your bird's eye view from up top, you're able to see that there's probably about 6 people that are on the ground of this boat that not really moving, consumed. They've been knocked unconscious, rendered unconscious in some way, as they are being taken back to the island of Ada. But as you notice that, you actually start to hear some splashing from the water. And you start to hear kind of this clunk, 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 and you start to see, and all at once, you see 3 beings pop up onto the ship. You see 2 of them, kind of similar to the one you came across before, that seem to be kind of just skeletal remains. They've got, one of them has a sword in his hand, shield on the other side, just kind of clanking them together. You see the other one has a bow, just all bones, but still exuding an aura of menace. The one that probably truly catches your eye and maybe even inspires a sense of dread is you see this one creature just straight hop from the water all the way onto the deck and kind of scrabbling on all 4s, though it's clearly of humanoid origin. You see half of its face is just completely rotting off, and it is glaring with this just vicious looking teeth, claws, like mixture of like mold, blood, as well as kind of like bits of wood from the ship, and you see it like let out this horrible croak as it makes its way on board. And we're gonna get to our first combat of this session as you guys get to face off against some undead threats. So let me bring out the map.
All right.
Hey, it's happening.
It's happening.
We're doing it.
So you guys should all be able to see the map now. And I think I put it at... Oh, and also for anybody that's new to Foundry, if you have a mouse, you can use that to zoom in and zoom out and kind of reposition by using the right mouse click. I think I set it at a spot that hopefully comes up clear for everybody, but you can kind of go through and reposition it yourself further too if you want a better view. And actually, for the viewers, let me throw this on so you guys can see it as well.
Good, good. This can only go well.
Yep.
Oh, and Pax, I did move you out a little bit, so you kind of are on your own a little bit with the climbing there, but you are still 10 feet up right now.
Beautiful.
Sweet. So let me put you guys into combat mode. So you can roll initiative either by going to like the cross X's on the like panel thing, or if you click your picture on top of the carousel, you can just straight roll from there too.
Excellent.
Is there an easy, quick way for me to be not called new actor?
There is. So let me switch that for you. I forgot to go through and check that with the tokens.
It happens.
We'll leave that for now. Oh, sweet.
Not a huge deal. I know who I am.
You know that you're an old actor.
Oops.
Oh, I just now got that. It took me a second.
Sweet. So you are. Oops, did it make a new guy? I'm still that guy then. Sweet. So we should be good now. Sweet. Pax, you are first to act. You are like 10 feet above the ground. So you could jump down, climb down, whatever you like on that side, or stay up if you want to. But you are first to make a move.
Okay. I don't see any. Are there any?
Oh, the enemies disappeared. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
You have to make those visible to you guys. I thought I did that.
They were there for a bit.
They just
Yeah,
disappeared.
I was looking.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So as this is all happening, he'll climb up. He'll see everything, and then the villains will appear. So he'll say, "Ready yourselves, men and women of the Etarian Dream. Scoundrels are at play." And during this, the skeleton to his, we'll call it south, will be his first person that he tries to attack. So bear with me, this is my first time as a swashbuckler, but I think the first thing I need to do is somehow gain panache.
Yeah. So, what type of swashbuckler? I didn't take a look. What type did you pick?
I'm wit, but I think since I'm high, I could do some sort of like tumbling act to get towards this creature. A tumble through.
Okay.
So, I think that's based off my understanding, and I could be wrong here, Tegan, but like just, I guess some sort of acrobatic thing to gain panache. So, since I'm 10 feet high, maybe I'll do a front flip with some style to it to try and get closer to him on my way down from the mass.
Perfect. Yeah. Give me a acrobatics check. See how you do.
Okay. Right, it's not popping up the thing.
Apparently the server disconnected for a moment.
Solid. With panache, did it give you a DC on that one, or what is that?
I will post it.
Either way, you should be good. So feel free to add panache. I was just curious on that one.
Okay. All right, and then from there, I think I will do a finishing strike.
Perfect. And then don't forget to add the effect panache to your guy too.
Yeah, I'm trying to post it here so I can just drag it.
Sure.
Sorry, this is different. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, here we go. He's flipping down. He is going to move. And then he is going to strike. He's going to do a precision strike. I'm sorry. How do I roll this now? Oh, there it is. Sorry, Tegan. How do I add this to the... How do I use the precision strike here?
What just so yeah, so you should be able to just click attack. Let me go to your actions. Oh yeah, so if you go, because you're using the finisher, right?
I was going to use precise strike, but I can...
Is that
It also
okay?
looks like you ended your turn. I don't know if that's gonna
It
prevent
won't
you
matter.
from attacking.
Okay, yeah, so just do a rapier attack. We can add it in 2d6. There's a way to do it, but I'm blanking on it right now.
Okay, so I draw the rapier, and then I strike.
Hey.
Solid. That'll definitely hit. Oh, sweet. It added 2 to it already.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's good. Sweet. I already added in.
All right.
Oh, and actually, that finish him.
Oh,
Dang. All right. So all this is happening
Wow.
really quick. He's going to do a flip down, draw his sword, and then just slice the skeleton's head right off.
Nice. And I think that was all 3 of your actions, right?
Yes.
Sweet. Yeah, you see the head kind of fall and start rolling across the floor as one of the skeletons was doomed. And now, Summer Love, you are up.
I'm gonna just say, can't believe these bags of bones are staying together in this wind, but maybe I can fix that. So first, I'm going to open my kinetic gate as several dandelions begin floating, and I mean you probably can't notice with the wind and the storm, but the wind picks up around me a bit. And as part of that same action, I can make a elemental strike, elemental blast. So that's got a range of 60 feet. So I'm gonna target that one. See if I do this right. Trying to figure out how to make it roll, or if I just gonna roll it manually. No, it's just putting it in the chat. So it's a ranged attack. Do I just roll dexterity for that or something like that?
I think Constitution is for the. Let me make sure though. Add your strength bar from melee plus. Yeah, I think it's your Constitution.
Okay, I'll roll that.
Does it not show up as its own action? Because usually that's easier. If it
That's
shows
what
up
I
as
was
its
clicking, and it was just
own
showing it
action.
in the chat, not actually rolling
okay.
anything.
Unfortunate.
Oh yeah, it's just so that's weird.
Trying to find how to roll just Constitution now. Let's see. Well, I remember I have a +4 bonus, so I can just throw that in the chat. Oh, and I'm probably trained in it as well, which would be another 3.
Mhm.
So 16 to hit.
Oh, 16 to hit. Yeah, that'll hit that'll hit him.
Okay. So it's a D6 of electricity damage. 3.
Solid. Now, how does that blast look as you let her off?
So I pluck a dandelion from my shoulder and I blow, and the little pieces fly out. And when they strike them, it just suddenly crackles with electricity.
Nice.
So that was one action. And now I have my kinetic gate open. So now I'm going to use a aerial boomerang, which is going to send a blade of shearing wind 60 feet. I'm going to throw it to the one in the back.
Okay.
And it needs to make a. Well, let's see if this. Oh, okay. I can. There we go. That one. Yeah. Reflex save. Reflex save.
Perfect. If you post, so that one should definitely work. So try posting that, because there we go. Oh, sweet.
Oh yeah. So then you click the button that I posted. I see.
He will succeed, but there's probably still still something with a regular success. Basic reflex. So yes, it'll still do half damage to him. So roll some damage. All right.
Cool. And in the final square of the line, which is right where he's standing, the boomerang whirls in place until my next turn. And if he ends his turn there, he has to make the save again. And then also, because that was 2 actions, it triggers my impulse junction, which lets me stride up to half my speed for free.
Nice.
So I will move 10 feet over here. And those are my 3 actions.
I'm imagining this boomerang just spinning in place, just like smacking him in the face repeatedly.
That's the plan.
Just bashed into that poor skeleton. He looks pretty bloody too from the encounter. Oops, I forgot to change that one's name. Lokar, you're up.
All right. Initially, Lokar almost takes a step back because he's afraid of these ghostly creatures. But then when he sees Pax just strike one down with one head and the air rising around Summer Love and all of this going on, he remembers the training, looks to Rodon and says, "Okay, I'm going in." And then with halberd in both hands, he's going to sudden charge. So with 2 actions, he can move twice and then strike. So he will move right there. And remembering the training, keeping this creature at an arm's length, or 2 arms' length, and then make his strike.
Nice.
Hey. I'm
Right.
so proud. He's doing it. The max
Max
damage.
damage.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Nice. What does that hit look like? How does that like all go down? Yeah.
He just charges in with it held like, forward first on the piercing side, but then just as he's approaching, something like changes in his stance, and he lifts it up and just swings it so that the slicing edge tries to cut through the creature's torso.
Nice. He looks hurt after that. He looks bloodied. He looks pretty worse for the wear after that attack.
Yeah, and Logar is a barbarian, but he's in a semi-rage, so he'll swing a second time, just curving it around. Oh, number.
16. That'll hit. Yeah.
Ooh,
Nice. That's huge.
he can't be stopped.
Wow.
Yeah. Finish him.
Wow.
That's his turn.
See, just this frog-like creature that looked to be pretty. The leader of that group, where you see just bits of him splayed across, rain kind of washing away the blood as his body hangs out on the deck, and then. So Skeleton Guard is up. So you see him kind of pull out his bow, and seeing Lokar just cut down his boss, you see him kind of pull back twice and let 2 arrows fly.
Hits.
Oh.
Oh, misses.
So hit and miss. Okay. Yeah, so you see the first one kind of lodges into your shoulder. The second one flies right by for... Looks like he got a good shot off of for 5 damage on that first hit. And he is going to step aside, kind of maneuvering himself outside of the booming boomerang that was just like, you see like half of his shoulder is hanging off as that boomerang cuts into him. He maneuvers aside, lifeless eyes staring forward. It looks like the encounter got all the thing right.
All right. My first action, I'll use my 30 feet of movement to get over. Oh, hang on. Over here. As I'm going, I'll sort of start strumming my lute, causing some of the small amounts of debris of wood start to sort of rise up as I'm going to cast Telekinetic Projectile. Try to huck some of the larger chunks of wood of the skeleton for some bludgeoning damage. Let's see here. Oh!
Unfortunately, the skeleton just nimbly dodges aside as that blast comes towards him.
See. Oh, all right. Good luck, everyone, and that'll be my turn.
All right.
All right. Rodon, can you finish the skeleton?
I don't know, but I have a question for you.
Definitely.
Were there other people down below with us?
There were. So there were like probably about 6 or 7 people down below.
Yikes. Okay. Rodin believes that the young warriors have this handled. What Rodin would like to do, I have an ability called Expeditious Inspection. I think that means that I can look for stuff very quickly. This thing, is it that how I did it? I did it. Yes. I would like to seek out some sort of, I don't know, a boat or anything that we could use to safely get as many of the people down below to shore. Is such a thing possible?
Definitely. So seek. Yeah. So let me. So you can do. Yeah. Give me a perception check on that one. See kind of what you can see around, kind of what you can hear from down below, and see around on this side as well.
All right. Do I just click? Can I just click this seek button? Is that how that works?
I think it'll just give you an explanation of what seek is, but I think you have to go back.
That's true. Yes. Okay. Cool. That's fine. I can roll perception.
Mhm.
Go. All right.
Yeah. You look around. You do see there looks like to be one kind of, not even almost like a life raft type thing. You kind of see like it's this little bare bones piece of almost a canoe more than a boat attached to the side of the ship. But the thing that probably catches your attention the most is down below. You kind of hear sounds of crashing and breaking.
Oh dear. That's bad. Okay. Well, I believe that was a free action because I'm awesome. So believing that the young warriors have this handled, I'm going to go find out what that sound is, if possible.
Definitely.
Rush downstairs and hear what commotion is happening down below. I want to make sure that there's not another attack happening that we don't know about.
Sweet. So that is going to take about 50 feet of movement.
That is 2 actions for me then.
Okay. So you get able to get down there. You see as you kind of race back down the steps, get back into the whole room where they had you before. You see a little bit of a grisly scene. You don't see any bodies, but you do see like the old man that was praying, kind of hunched in a corner. You see 2 of the Dragonborn that were there from Materia, kind of shrinking back. But you see this big hole kind of in the center of the room, and you see water pouring through it, and you see all 3 of them kind of looking with abject terror outside of it.
All right, that's very bad. We're taking on water. I'm going to try to shout that as we're taking on water as loud as I can, so that hopefully the people above can hear me. And then I want to try to usher these people out of this room, up above to safety, to get to them to that boat if I can.
Definitely. Yes,
or whatever. Not even a boat. The closest thing we have.
It'll be a tight fit, but you could definitely fit the 3 remaining in the crew on that life vessel, we'll say. Yeah, so you shout at them. You do start to see these people kind of like huddling. Like there's fear in their eyes. Like they give like a wide berth from the hole, but they do start to kind of make their way towards the stairs.
Rodin's old soldier comes out and he starts barking orders at them as if he's back in his old war general days.
Yeah. You see, you got the dwarf for a moment looks like either the one of the Dragonborn seems like looks stubborn at first, but they do both overcome it. The old man was saying his prayer quickly. He's probably the first to go and kind of follow the path up. But you're able to do that. You've got an action left, I think.
Yes, if yelling at these people did not take an action, then my last action, I guess, is just going to be heading back towards above deck, all the while shouting that we are taking on water.
Perfect. You're easily able to make your way back above deck, or at least a part way back above deck. And then those 2 guys died really quickly. Pat, you are back up.
Okay, I accidentally put some sort of AoE thing on this guy too while I was trying to measure, so I don't know if you can delete that or if I...
Oh yeah,
do. Okay, cool. I have a little bit more distance with Nosh, but essentially I have 25. Alright, so I need to use 2 actions to move to him, which I will. Then I'm going to target him, and I'm going to attempt a finishing move.
Nice.
Bear with me here.
If you in your actions, if you click the finisher to do the finisher stuff like automatically, it should be the top of your screen in action. Or
yeah, yep, I see it. So that'll just automatically add it to my strike.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
That hits.
All right, we'll roll some damage. Not great.
Still enough. Finish him.
Thoroughly finished.
So you'll see him like, I mean, it's a pretty far distance, and he's sprinting through the wind and kind of like dodging some, moving pretty gracefully through the wind, and then just as he comes up, he does like a 360 spin and slices through his chest. And then he kind of like looks up, and he's got like his hood on, and the rain coming down. It looks baller, and he's dead.
Nice. Yeah, you see the last of them fall. The rain doesn't abate. The rain is bashing. You see the lightning crackling overhead. You see Rodon come back up, and you see three of those who are down below trailing him, the human and the two dragonborn. And you see, like, as Rodon comes up yelling, the boat is taking on water. You see, like, before it was like swaying as the waves crashed into it. It's almost listing to the right now. It's almost look like it's gonna like start capsizing. You see it's starting to get lower and lower. This boat, the Eterian Dream, is on its last legs. You've got that little kind of life canoe, we'll call it, which will be a tight fit, but can fit those that are remaining left. And you're able. Actually, what's your next step?
So there was another ship that we saw that had like, I don't want to say hostages, but I guess some of our former crew on it, correct?
Yeah, so Pax, you were able to make out that the four people that are standing over those guys clearly undead, and the other ones on the ground you kind of recognize as crewmates. And
Okay.
they could see breathing as well.
And how far would that ship be from our ship?
So you've actually, if you kind of take a look now as the fight came to an end, you've lost track of it. You know it's heading towards the landmass, but you can't make it out through the storm and the clouds.
Okay. So I'll share that with the team. So Pax will say, I saw 4 scallywags hovering over some of our former shipmen, and they were heading that way, and I'll point towards the land.
Would we know what that land is?
Definitely. So everybody who would like to give me your choice of either religion or occultism.
Ooh. Will this be secret or public?
Oh, yeah, roll this one in public, yeah.
Cool.
That's funny. We got that.
Ooh.
Lokar prays to Taneb every day.
Sweet. Lokar rolled on it, yeah.
20s.
Yeah.
Orcish tradition.
Sweet. So, Lokar, Rodon, and Korolos, you guys, and even Summer Love, you got an idea of this, but you three for sure, like, I don't know if you've studied your history books or have a fascination with tragedies, but you guys know that this is the former dwarven kingdom of Ada, that is now more colloquially known as the Ada Wastelands. Where once before a thriving dwarven kingdom stood, a pillar of trade and innovation. During the infernal invasion 1,000 years past, there was a little bit of a mishap. Some of the dwarves of Ada had taken a contract from the demons and began working on building a weapon of sorts, a weapon that could kill a god. And while our heroes of the age had other matters and couldn't attend to that themselves, they did convince the followers of the Hands of Thana to make their way out there and hopefully try to shut down this weapon before all hell broke loose. But unfortunately, hell broke loose. The weapon went off prematurely, mixing with the divine magics from the Hands of Thana, along with the infernal magics of the demon, and the weapon itself basically created a nuke. The taking out the island of Ada and initially covering it in a sheen of gold, because there was the forces of the infernal lord of greed and that were there initially, and so the island was covered with gold, and for a while it caused like a gold rush. People used a tragedy to try to go out there and pilfer as much as they could from the island, but little did they start to learn that the island had been whatever magics mixed with the hands of death and the demons all combining into ones made this weird sort of undeath on the island. Things just couldn't die. So a lot of those people who came for the gold rush and tried to take this fool's gold home met unfortunate ends. And the bodies kept growing and growing until it became the wastelands filled with undead that none but the bravest dare to tread or the foolish.
Well,
Oh,
right
shit.
now, it's either that or drown. Drown's bad. All right. I think Rodan is just going to try to start shouting for people to get into the boat. And I think he's going to say, if you can swim, then you swim.
Nope.
Just because I know that it's going to be very tight on this and there might not be enough space for everyone.
Sweet. You'll get up on the boat.
Perfect. Well, you guys are able to load up on the boat. It is a fairly tight fit. Who has an intelligence score or modifier, I should say, with the new one, above 3 or above? Anybody?
Rodan.
Oh, Rodan. Yeah. So this fits your last point perfectly. This boat will fit all of you guys. It's gonna be a tight fit, and you see as like everybody gets into the water and kind of gets into this little life raft, takes on a bit of water. Like not a lot, but you see some water enter into this little safety canoe.
All right. I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to rush over, grab onto a piece of whatever armor Lokar is wearing. And Lokar, swim. You can make it.
Yes, teacher.
He's like, he is a huge lad. And now, you mentioned earlier that do you think that some person who are particularly athletic might be able to swim, right?
Yep.
Would I know what perhaps athletics score that would require, maybe, or was it going to be a roll?
It's so it's going to be a roll, but you'd guess
like, if I have a +4 athletics, do I think I could make it?
it'd be iffy for you, the +4.
Okay. All right, I'm in the boat. I'm an old man.
Yeah. Lokar just was sitting on the edge, this huge orc guy, and he just tilts backward, and the whole big boulder body of his just splashes, and then he tries to swim alongside, if possible, but just towards shore.
And you do see, as Rodan, you notice as soon as like Lokar plops out and a wave kind of blasts through, the boat does lift up. Like it's at a stable level now.
All right.
And I've got some
I am going to
rope.
be rowing though.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of rope, so maybe I can at least throw that to him as a lifeline, just so he's got something to follow us, and he's not getting, adrift, and he's staying at least in the vicinity of us.
Perfect. Yeah, so you're able to give Lokar the rope to tie around himself to at least stay together as you guys make your way through the maelstrom. Lokar, give me an athletics check. Those on the boat, how are you guys trying to navigate the storm and head towards the island?
Rowing and praying.
Pax being a deckhand and having a lot of experience on the sea would be towards the front, and he would be, I guess, like trying to tell folks like, hey, this is the way that we need to row. In between waves, I'm sure they're bobbing up and down and kind of losing sight of the land itself. So he's just trying to keep us going in the right direction. The folks rowing.
Definitely. Did you take any sailing or anything like that, Laura?
I took the deckhand lore.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a roll of deckhand lore. Add a +2 circumstance to that.
Hold on.
And Lokar, like you are like, it's storming. It's like waves are crazy. Like this would be like, it looks like one of those just straight up movie storms right now. Like you'd be foolish to go into the water if you were anybody but Lokar, because you look like you're swimming through it like it's just a gentle day. Because you're just
Beautiful breaststroke.
All right. I'm looking for lore. there something else that I could roll? I'm not seeing where Laura is.
Oh, so if you took the
Oh,
deck, you
sailing.
should get like sailing or something. Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Okay. All right, I keep having to pop this back in and out. There we go. All right, and add 2 to this circumstance.
Nice. You take add 2.
Yes.
Sick. All right. Yeah. So yeah, initially you're gonna be like, this is probably just whether you shouldn't sail, and this is whether you should probably pop a drink and just call it a day. But you do find kind of a best way to kind of align the oars and kind of navigate through to give you guys the best chance of survival. So we're gonna need either unless you guys have another plan, either one athletics check, and you guys can get another +2 circumstance with the kind of the alignment of the sailing piece, or if you guys have another plan, let's hear it.
I'd like to try, if possible, to use my base kinesis to control the wind somewhat. I'm sure that this storm is far more powerful than anything I'm capable of, but maybe it'll help provide some, prevent the wind from coming right in our face or something like that, to help us move a little bit more smoothly.
Definitely. So kineticist is there like a do you know if there's a role for kineticist for?
So the base kinesis just says that like I can generate, move, or suppress a negligible or light amount of bulk of my element.
Okay.
So maybe just like again, like if there's a breeze coming directly at us, trying to like maybe redirect it a little bit. Like it's not exactly what it says that's capable of, but I feel like.
Oh no, that'll work.
Yeah.
So give me so it'll be a roll for it. Yeah, roll Constitution again, but add your train to it.
All right. That's a 20.
Yeah, so I'll let you describe how you do it, but you are able to kind of work the force of the elements too. You can't. This wind is gale force. You can't stop it, but you are able to like cut through or minimize its presence around the ship. So it's still there. You guys still feel it, but it's not hitting as hard as it was just a second ago. And how does Summer Love do that?
I imagine I kind of make my way to the front of the vessel and just hold up like one large dandelion, and as the little pieces break off, they flow around rather than directly over, and the wind kind of follows the way that it floats in the air.
Nice. Sweet. So you guys have a really good shot of this between Pax finding a kind of the best path, the best arrangement of the oars and the ship to cut through, and Summer Love blocking and kind of shielding the ship from the worst of the wind. You guys are pretty set. There's going to be one last check, depending on how you guys want to finish this up. But now you're going to get a +3 bonus, and the DC is a little bit lower too.
I think Rodan, it might be your time to shine on the oars, man, and do an athletics check.
For sure. All right, Rodan is doing one of those war chants to keep everyone in rhythm as we row, and I'm just going for it.
Nice.
Oh my god!
Incredible! I can't stop.
It was a 1 for like a millisecond. Let's roll.
Chanting like this old Orcan, like just war hymn. You were able to just roll that boat through, utilizing Pax sailing knowledge to kind of hit the best spots in the water, with Summer Love's shield blocking you guys from the worst of the wind. It looks dicey for a bit, but eventually you guys are able to cut through the storm, and you feel like you almost don't even see the land at first, but you feel the boat kind of collide against it, and you guys are able to make land on the wastelands of Ada.
Is it what kind of? Are we talking sandy beach or rocky beach?
It's sandy. Actually, let me just take a look what you guys see. So after you guys are able to get off the boat, you see like the storm slows a bit as you guys are able to get a clearer look around. It's still raining, but it's not this thudding rain. It's just kind of a little bit more of a lazy sprinkle. And you look around and you see it is sand, and you see it's kind of a weird probably the weirdest sand you've come across. Because some of it looks like dark gray, almost black, but you see like these little specks of gold. Like you've probably seen sand that looked like it was gold before, but if you examine this, bring it like to the closer to your eyes or to the light, you see like this is like little flecks of true gold. As you look around, and you see kind of just as you look up from the sands, you see in the sky in the far distance and kind of made out through crackles of lightning, you do see kind of this floating coliseum, we'll say above, uh, far in the distance, very far in the distance. But around through these flashes of lightning, you do see kind of just this enormous hole, kind of miles in the distance ahead. And outside of that, just ruins, rubble, and just debris as these kind of flashes go off and then clear back to the darkness.
Oh well, this place is lovely.
Isn't it? I've never seen anything like it before.
Rodin is gonna go find Lokar and just collapse on the ground next to him and say, "Well done, lad. Well done," and then fall over.
We got out of that one, teacher, but where did we end up? If the tales that you have told me are true, then this is one of the most god-forsaken places out there.
Well, the tales I tell you are always true. But
Right, yes.
for now,
yes.
all we can do is find shelter. Just give me a moment. Just unable to get up.
I do love the image of Lokar who just straight swam that. It's just like standing there like fine. Rodin is just like straight taking a breath.
Is there any sign of the other vessel that had the crew in it?
Definitely. Give me a perception check. Or perception or survival, your choice.
Perception. Hey, natural 20.
Solid.
Oh my god, again.
Guys are getting some 20s today. So you take a look around and you do see like tracks, not even, you see like footprints ahead of like these large drag marks. And they like are kind of heading like straight towards this just ginormous hole that you've seen, this crater in the land that kind of appears between the flashes of light, kind of deep in the distance.
I'd like to try something. I'm going to use a impulse called Whisper on the Wind, which lets me cast the message spell with a range of 500 feet and try to send a message first to maybe one member of the crew that I most recognize. In the off chance they're awake or conscious, and just say, "What happened? Where are you going?" See if that message goes through or not. I
right.
can put that in the
Post that and also roll me a straight d20. 11 plus, good. Below that, bad. Other than that, 20, shit. All right. Sweet, yeah. So that message goes through. You hear, let me read that real quick too. They can respond, right? Let me read message.
Oh wait, I missed that part where you need to know the target's name in order.
You've been on the
to
boat
not see
long
them.
enough. In that 20, you know Billy from the ship.
Okay.
Billy the deckhand.
Classic Billy.
Everyone loves Billy.
I mean, he's the guy that always had the rum and the drink. And was probably the friendliest member of the Etarian Dream. Oh yeah, so they can give responses. Sweet. Yeah. So you hear, Summer, is that you? They're taking us. And you kind of you like hear a pause in his voice, and he goes, "This Billy skeleton motherfucker on a horse is dragging us. I don't know where he's going. He's taking. You're coming for me, right?"
Yeah, definitely. I'll be there as soon as I can. We're just helping out all these other people on the beach. I guess. Oh no. Yes, I would do another. Use the ability again to send a response saying that.
And so he can respond again. So he'll go. There's four of them. This guy he's big though. He's big. Uh, Come. Remember that time I spotted you some rum? I didn't have to do that. So you got to make sure you pay it forward, man.
That rum was really good. And helping you out sounds like it'll be even better.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll kind of let the rest of the party know what this guy told me. And then I'll send one more message. Well, I guess kind of with that last one. Do you know how far away from the beach you are?
He kind of shakes. They've been dragging us for at least 10 minutes. He kind of, yeah, because they can't hear him speak. So yeah, he kind of like, I'm acting like I'm asleep, but it's been about 10 minutes.
How are the rest of the people that were on the boat with us looking? Are they managing all right, or?
You see one of the Dragonborns is like just retching right now into the sea. The old man looks like not content. He looks not satisfied. He looks like somebody that feels like their faith was vindicated. Like he looks like he knew he would wind up okay, and he's just kind of like he's walking around, kind of looking around at different things. He's staying close to the group, but he looks bemused. Bemused is the word I'm looking for, as he's still alive and somebody answered his prayers.
I think we should go try to rescue the crew.
Well, if we want any hope of getting off this island, then yes, it seems like a good thing to do.
Very well. Rodin's going to stand up, and to me, this sounds like perhaps I'm on the case.
Oh yeah. Before we dive into that, I am going to take a quick break. So it's 8:20. So if you need to go to the bathroom, grab another drink, we'll come back 8:25 and get to the second part of the adventure.
All right.
All right, sweet.
Welcome back, everyone, to part 2 of our Pathfinder 2e one-shot, The Haunting of Ada. The group just made their way onto the wastelands of Ada, this haunted island, and it seems like they're going to be pursuing the other crew that were taken and trying to find their way off island. And finding that the crew, with some pretty good luck and some good rolls from Summer Love, found that Billy the Deckhand was conscious enough to be able to answer some questions and mentioned that they are being led away by this giant skeleton on a horse, a skeletal horse, dragging them closer and closer to the abyss in the middle of Ada. And with that, the crew was setting off, and before we left, Roden was about to be on the case. So I have not played with the investigator before. What exactly does on the case do?
Well, it really just gives me access to 2 abilities, one of which is called Pursue a Lead. I'm going to see if I can get that to show up in the chat. If I can find it, give me a second. I know what I'm doing, I promise. No, I don't. Actually, it's the exact opposite of it. I really actually don't know what I'm doing. Pursue a Lead. Long story short, I get a circumstance bonus when I make a perception or skill check to investigate my designated subject, and my designated subject is the where are the crew of the rest of the ship has been taken and why. That is a mystery that I am now investigating. So yes, basically mechanically, what it really does is I get a +1 circumstance bonus to any checks related to that mystery.
Perfect. Yeah, and you guys did. I forgot who found it, but you did find the drag trail, where kind of the footprints as well as the drag trail, indicating where the skeletal members have gone.
Mm-hmm. Great. Well, I guess all we can do is follow the path. Can I determine? I assume that our friend shared the information that they got with the rest of us. Yes, correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I determine who is doing the dragging or how many people?
Oh yeah, definitely. Give me a survival check.
All right.
And +1 from your on the case too.
Yeah. Survival. All right. There we go. I did it.
Solid. Yeah, you take a look and like this, like I feel like the Sherlock Holmes, like that old Robert Downey Sherlock Holmes, where it kind of slows down. You take note of these little details about it. Yeah, you see, because first you guys just saw kind of some footprints and the drag marks. You see, as you look closer into it, there's definitely 4 sets, or well, 5. Yeah, 5 sets of 4 sets of footprints and then a set of hoofprints. As you look around, and you see like clearly able to kind of look now. These are like people without shoes. Like these are just like straight bone imprints on the dirt and the sand. As you're walking through, you see as you kind of look across, they still have 4 of their prisoners as well. But it looks like one of the prisoners, you kind of see like a small trail of blood mixed in with the sand kind of next to them. And actually, you see a trail of blood. This is like they're injured. They are critically injured, we should say. And you see kind of that blood moving through the sand as you're going through. And you would easily surmise like this person, they probably won't make it through being roughly dragged while bleeding out. The other 3, though, you don't see any trails of blood. You see a trail that you probably surmise is Billy's, with somebody that's trying to act like they're still passed out, but is clearly conscious and holding their body in a certain way as they're being dragged along. Or the other 2 are completely limp and are just being dead weighted across the sand.
Mm. Well, we have our path.
Shall we make
Keep
haste
your
then?
eyes open. Yes, we move quickly, but we still must make sure that we are not ambushed. They did not attempt to hide the fact that they were doing this, so they might know that they are being followed.
Do you think it would be better to exercise caution or speed then?
Sounds like Billy wants us to move quickly.
True.
Well, if Billy says so, then we all have to.
For Billy, anything.
For Billy.
Rah!
As we're kind of traveling, I'll periodically do another whisper on the winds just to like check in and see how he's doing, and maybe like ask him for landmarks that he might spot or anything like that, so we can make sure we're on the right trail and things of that sort.
All right. So before we head out, you do see one of the dragon board that kind of was like just finished retching into the sea, and it goes, "What about us? What should we do?"
Try find shelter, food, water if you can, I suppose. Try not
Or
to
I
stray too
mean,
far.
we can't stay in these wastelands long. Like, you know, if you feel well enough, potentially like scaling up and down for that ship that they came in on, so that we've got to get away once we get these guys. I don't know if that would.
You see the old man, like the dragonborn, like his scales like are like furrowed, like blood clearly leaving his face. He looks scared. The old human man that said his prayer earlier goes, "Oh, of course we can do that. We've got the storm god protection. That's why you guys saved me. I said that prayer. We will survive all of this. I will find us a boat. We'll be good to go."
Axe rolls his eyes, but nods.
But with that, you guys, you see like the two dragonborn with kind of an apprehensive expression on their face, kind of slowly trailing after the old guys. He kind of strolls along the wastelands of Ada, looking for the boat that was lost. And you guys are able to make your way through. And with the on the wind, is there any cooldown to that, or can you just do that one, Summer?
Yeah, all of my impulses are as long as I have my elemental gate active, so there's no limitation on it.
Sweet. You so with this out of game, Billy can definitely look around and try to see if he can see some landmarks and kind of give you guys some heads up on where they're heading. He's trying to pretend to be asleep right now, though, so they don't take undue interest in him. So, how much do you want Billy to risk himself to find where to give directions to the crew?
I mean, it sounded like Rodon had a pretty good lead with the trail of the blood and the drag mark. So maybe I'll only ask Billy for landmarks if we lose that trail first.
Okay. Perfect. When you guys are able to proceed forward, you kind of move through this haunting wasteland, for lack of a better way to put it, because this used to be a really bustling kingdom 1,000 years ago, but now it's just, you see just traces of that once, kind of like, every now and then you'll see like this either doorway or piece of a house that just really reflects that true dwarven craftsmanship, that just true innovation that used to pervade the island. But now it is destroyed, it's run down, it is decayed, and still around too. And for the greedy, you do see bits of gold kind of flecking across. Some of it looks like, especially like further, the closer to the shore you are, the less of the gold you see. It looks like a lot of that has been kind of taken by the opportunistic scavengers. But every now and then you will see kind of a pillar that either was covered by the sand or something was covering it, where you see that true gold coming through. And it does seem to be increasing the further out from the shore that you get. But luckily, yeah, it doesn't seem like anybody is. You haven't come across anything. You probably go for about a mile, keeping track of this trail. With Rodon, you kind of seeing kind of exactly how they're maneuvering through. And one thing you start to notice is that blood starts to get thicker and thicker and kind of more frequent as you go. And as you guys kind of approach, you do see kind of a figure in the distance. Kind of looks, can't tell if they're short, if they're far away, but you see this figure and you kind of see them doing a repetitive motion. But they are distance away. They don't seem like they've spotted you yet. You just kind of hear this clunk, shh in the distance. What do you guys do?
Should we approach quietly, or?
I can ask them what they're doing from here.
I'm gonna look around at the group. Do any of them look like they could be good at being stealthy? I am very much not.
I'm a pretty stealthy goblin.
Carolus looks pretty light on his feet.
Would you like to investigate? See what that is? I don't trust anything on this island.
Oh, I'm sure we can handle that.
Sweet. So Pax and Carlos, I keep on calling Carlos. Carlos are going kind of stealthing up, trying to stay unseen and see if you can kind of get a handle on who it is and what they're doing, right?
Yep.
Perfect. So this will be a secret check. Give me a stealth check. Hit control before you hold control before you click stealth, though.
All right.
While he does that, I want to point out I have an ability called That's Odd. And it's basically just like the GM tells me something weird or suspicious about a place whenever we enter a new place with a cooldown of 10 minutes.
Wait, what is it?
It's called That's Odd. Or, well, I should say, That's Odd. When you enter a new location, such as a room or corridor, the GM might decide to tell me something suspicious or unusual or strange or something that is not immediately obvious about the situation. It doesn't tell me immediately what's suspicious about a thing, but just that a thing is suspicious.
So it's definitely odd because this guy is by himself.
Yeah.
He's clearly doing some type of task. But this really that's odd. He's flesh. He's flesh and blood. He's not skeletal. You don't see him rotting at all from the distance. Clearly, he's there's something odd about him.
That's odd. I'm just gonna say that every time I use the ability.
They didn't record enough voice lines.
Pax, as you two head out, Pax, you move through like you've definitely done some, let's say, unsavory things where you needed to be out of the spotlight before you're able to move through. Carolus, you, as much as you're going through, you've definitely hidden it before as well, but this unfamiliar area, you bump just this little what used to be a door handle before, a stone door handle, which is now pure gold. You bump it and you hear this clang go off, and you see this creature turn towards the two of you, and flesh and blood, definitely alive, but he looks a mess. He has the remains of what wants to be. You could definitely tell it's house colors. Like it's definitely like somebody's uniform. Like it used to be kind of like it's chainmail. It used to be ornately designed. You see kind of these black, platinum, and gold colors woven into it. But it's rusting. It's decaying. It's definitely like almost clinging to his skin now, not rotting into his skin, but definitely it looks like he's not taken it off or maintained it in months. But that's probably not what draws your eye. What draws you're probably drawn to his eyes, or what should have been his eyes. You see it looks like something has crudely cut out both of his eyes, and what you see him doing is digging. He's just straight digging. He turns towards you guys, but he hasn't stopped digging this hole. And with your guys' vantage point being a little bit closer, you do see one of the bodies. You see the body of one of the crew. Probably, you would surmise it was the one that was bleeding out as they went.
Hello? Terrible day out. Are you all right?
You see him kind of look up, and he kind of like does this sightless kind of shimmy between the two of you, and he goes, "You talk. The dead shouldn't talk."
I am very much alive. y- uh, are you all right? You're just digging?
The master bid me dig, so I must dig. Talking. You can hear his voice is like he's clearly received orders somehow, but his voice is like crackly and ragged, like he hasn't like utilized it in a while. Yeah, and he's just straight digging. You do see one thing I forgot to mention. You do see kind of like the remains of like a sigil, kind of like half like doesn't look like it was like rusted or like rotted off. It looks like it almost was half burned off. You can see pieces of it. You can see almost like this little golden, almost looks like a handle on part of it, but the rest of it just seems to be straight burned off for this dwarf.
Oh, the master, right? Who is this master that you serve?
You don't want to meet him. He should be dead. We thought we could finish him once and for all. He's a being beyond horror. You should just lie down. Just hopefully they'll give you a quick death and not keep you for after.
Right. Thank you for the warning. I'll sort of wave back to the three behind.
Yeah, while we're there, I'll turn to Carlos. Is that Carlos? Okay.
Carlos, yeah.
Carlos. Okay. I'll turn to him and be like, should we put this poor guy out of his misery?
I mean, if you want to, I can't help but feel a little bit of sympathy.
Yeah. I'll ask him because he had just said like, hey, hopefully you have a swift death. I'll ask out to him. You care for a swift death?
You see him kind of like with that he stops digging, and like you see his face kind of twist a bit. He goes, "At one time I thought I did, but I was given the choice: swift death or to live. I chose to live, as it be that as it may."
Very well. Then we'll do our best to free you and come back for you to eventually help you.
You do what you like. I know my place here. And with that, you see him kind of start digging, and you see the body of one of the crew that you've known before. We'll say this was Levin. He was kind of like he was the old first mate, a half elven guy, pretty stern, but like if Billy could get him to drink enough rum, he'd actually be pretty fun. But otherwise, he was pretty just stern about his business, about keeping the ship moving. And you see he's like bleeding out either from the attack, something caused like a wound in his stomach, and he bled out. He's unfortunately passed. And you see that the dwarf is just digging his grave, pretty much.
Dwarf, is there anything before we go try to free you from your master? Is there anything you can tell us about your master that may help us in this endeavor? They've taken some of our crew, and we want to avenge them. We want to save them from your master.
You can't save them from the master. Master is beyond all of us. But luckily, if you guys see him with the shovel, kind of tap the body of poor Levin, and he goes, "The lot that this guy was with, they're not with the master yet. If you want to die together, I would hurry before they bring him to the master."
I'll turn to Corolos and kind of say, "Let's get the hell out of here."
Yeah. All right, let's go. I'll wave over to the three behind and say, and yell out, "All right, let's go. We need to hurry."
We move.
Perfect. So you guys, you see this dwarf kind of going through, digging the grave for poor Levin, and you guys are able to kind of get a move on as well. And how are you guys proceeding now? Are you guys actually? Yeah. So are you guys moving quickly, trying to move stealthily? Well, how's the group moving through this now?
I suppose we'll hustle, try to move double time.
I think speed
Sounds
is more important than stealth at the moment. Speaking of which, anyone who is a particularly high perception skill might notice that Rodan doesn't actually seem to be really using his cane. Like, it seems to be partially maybe an act. Like, he's pretending to lean on it, is what you can tell if you have a very high perception roll. Or not roll, score, whatever.
I think
We were.
Lokar has seen Rodan in action a few times, so he may know the secret, but he's just going to be... I assume he's going to be like right behind Rodan or whoever else is following the trail, and then right behind that Lokar, and then maybe the others behind him.
I'm getting Master Splinter vibes right now.
Perfect. Well, as you guys double time it over there, everybody give me an athletics check to see how quickly you all are able to move and how close we were able to get to this group.
Ooh.
Nat 20s today.
Yeah.
I feel like pursue a lead is not relevant to this one. It automatically just toggled on, but
Like, Kronos, you are just trucking along, but the group though, they're just kind of lagging behind you a little bit. I mean, of course, you kind of like stick with them to stay, like, hold back a little bit. I don't know if for poor Lokar, the trip of the swim through the chaotic waters is finally getting to him, but a little bit slower than normal. But you guys are able to kind of haul, and while not moving like ridiculously fast, you're able to kind of catch sight of these four kind of skeleton, or three of the skeleton warriors, and these seem very similar to what you came across on the ship. They seem to be pretty frail, with these rusted weapons that they're carrying. But the one that probably draws your attention is this large, like, armored skeleton with this big shield upon his side, and a big lance on his other arm, riding the skeleton horse. And you see the bodies. The three remaining bodies are strapped to the end of his horse as he is walking, kind of trotting along. And you hear this high-pitched wail come through as this horse kind of like stops trotting and looks back, and kind of makes socket contact with you guys as it looks through, and you hear this wail come through, and you see the skeleton champion kind of raise his lance, and we're getting into another combat. Oh dear.
Ooh. All right.
So you guys should be able to see the map now.
I see it. It's beautiful.
And with that too, you guys see like this statue of gold, and the statue, like, you kind of like almost is like a double take. Like, sometimes you think like, hey, this statue just looks like this dwarven guy, some dwarven lord of old that was probably a stone statue before it got twisted by the demonic magics that played here. But sometimes you look at him and it goes from this dwarven old lord and it kind of morphs into this chubby, big demon with horns. And you kind of see it like flip back and forth. And for those, anybody proficient or trained, I should say, in religion, you guys would definitely know that this kind of corresponds with Makesh, who's reframed himself from the infernal lord of greed and despair to the god of prosperity. And you kind of see it flip between the two. And he was one of the infernal lords that were involved in the devastation of Ada. But yeah, you see that kind of flip through, and you see like almost like the remaining gold and things around this island have been like piled up in this area. You see gold coins stacked. You see bits and pieces of what used to be sand and vegetation that was hit by this wave, all just condensed into this one spot. And ahead of you guys, you see bones, and you see the pit, this awning abyss that just stretches across the island of Ada ahead of you. And you could probably surmise that's their destination with the 3 remaining living crew. But yeah, you see these skeletons turn back towards you. This skeletal horse lets out its wail. And we're going to dive into combat.
All right.
Hey.
Sweet. So you guys can roll initiative. For anybody that would like to, you could also use athletics as you guys are running for your initiative instead of perception, if that works better for you. One of the cool things with Pathfinder, it kind of depends on what you're doing before initiative is rolled. So if anybody does have a better athletics, go for it.
None of my... I don't think any of my checks are going to be relevant.
I accidentally rolled society, so I'm gonna re-roll with perception.
Oh,
Yikes! I'll take my society.
I'm just imagining now like a courtroom drama or something where it would be applicable.
roll legal law for initiative.
Sweet. I think everybody. Oh, the skeletal champion is first. All right.
Oh shit.
Yikes!
I like that mod, but like it's always forget it's gonna happen. It's so loud when it always.
Yes. Glad it's not just me getting jump scared at the start of every round.
All right, you see the skeletal champion. You see him kind of like kick the skeletal horse, and you see the horse begin to gallop. I'll give you guys a little mechanics preview for this guy. He's got a animal companion that he's pretty much using, so he's sacrificing an action to give it 2. That horse can use its 2 actions to gallop. And he's gonna. Yeah, Lokar, he would pick on you. You seem like the biggest and the strongest of the crew. So you see this horse galloping towards you. He's used one of his actions to set that horse to go. You see him lowering his lance. He is like he's trying to skewer you. Like he's trying to like just pick you off and keep it moving. So he is going to make an attack against you with his lance.
Oh, yeah, and he never healed either. Okay. Cool.
Luckily, and that'll miss. So you see that first strike come through. Lokar, you dodge to the side. You see him try to strike back again. Yeah, Lokar, you are just dodging both strikes coming at you. That full warrior spirit in effect. The skeletal champion can't lay a hand on you. Rodan, you're up.
All right. I'm going to do all my combat stuff now. It's time for me to actually fight. All right, so the first thing that I need to do as an investigator is devise a stratagem. Devise a stratagem. So basically what it lets me do is I use an action to... I have to target somebody, don't I? I know how to do that. I think. I'm gonna target the big scary man, and then see how that works. That's not good.
So,
Basically, devise a stratagem allows me to pre-roll an attack against an enemy, but then I have to use that attack roll if I want to attack them. So like I can basically I just found out ahead of time that I'm gonna roll a 6. But if I use that roll, I get to add my intelligence modifier to the attack roll. It's not good.
Just to make sure you don't lose out on any action, if the target of your devise a stratagem is also your target of pursue a lead, then devise is a free action. Doesn't even cost an action.
Ooh.
That's the last paragraph in that text.
Yeah, and you were pursuing the skeletal champion, so I'll give that to you.
Nice.
Incredible. Well, it's pretty low still though, but maybe I can still hit him. I don't actually know what I'm gonna need to hit this guy yet, so here's what I'm gonna do. Rodan is going to study this warrior's movements and then call out to just everyone, but it says, remember, your enemy always has a weakness. And then I'm going to move forward towards the bad person. Not targeting myself. That's not how you do that. I'm going to move forward and as an action. And then I am... Oh, yes. One other thing that I can do. When I devise a stratagem...
I'm going to have to interrupt you a little bit.
Okay.
As you walk up, you see like his eyes flick over and jab you.
Oh, dear.
With his lance.
Ooh. Opportunity.
Oof, okay. Oof, all right, that's going to be nasty. So, critical hit. Pathfinder 2E, for those who aren't familiar, if you're 10 over their AC, it counts as a crit. This one was 14 over your AC. All right. So, it's going to do double damage. Or it's going to map out double damage for us, but it's going to be...
Oh my god.
Oof.
Maybe don't. All right, instead. All right, so I'm saying, remember, your enemy always has a weakness, and then be knocked out.
Is that not going to... Oh, is that going to knock you down?
I am immediately knocked out.
Oh, so fortunately, you do see as he walks up, like he just jabs that through you, and you see Rodon like mid-sentence. Remember, your enemy always has a weakness. Slash through, and it falls to the ground. Also, another Pathfinder 2E thing that you guys will know. Oh, actually, you were already ahead of him, so it doesn't really change too much. But now it moves your initiative up, so you'll be right. You should be ahead of him in the initiative. Oops, why did I do that? Oh, because you got you both 25 already. So it should always put you right before the guy that took you down. If somebody can get you back up ahead of time.
Interesting.
But
there is one ability I was about to use before I was knocked unconscious. It should have happened during the devise a stratagem.
Oh, it should be okay. Yeah, it's supposed to be during the devise a stratagem.
It's a free action that I have during the devise a stratagem. It's what is it called? Known weaknesses. So when I devise a stratagem on a bad guy, I can try to recall knowledge about them. It doesn't specify a particular skill, so I would like to submit perhaps that my lore warfare skill could perhaps be useful in this.
Unfortunately, it doesn't specify a skill because each creature has its own skills that go with it. So this one's undead, so it'd be religion. And you just have to be a DC 16 to get some weaknesses for it. Oh, well, actually, with recall knowledge, you can you get a +1 to your circumstance bonus. I think you can still do like a recall knowledge check too. So you can ask what its weaknesses are, what's its lowest save, kind of any bits of information that you'd want for this guy.
Right. So, but I will have to first succeed on this religion check, yes?
You would. AC 16.
All right. +1 circumstance bonus from the devise a stratagem. It's still not great, but here we are.
Oh, 11. Not good. Yeah. You got to think on it. You're like, you don't know if this guy has weakness.
Okay. Well,
Like this guy, he's hell forged, pretty much.
all right. Well, in that case, I am now dead. That's my turn. I know I'm unconscious.
So Lokar, you are up. Oh, yeah, don't forget to mark dying 1 for you, for Rodan. But Lokar, you are up. You see your mentor go down. You see this skeleton warrior upon a horse in front of you. What do you do?
Lokar goes into a rage. Not a barbarian, but he's very angry. The fear is just gone. All of the fear that he had with the amulet and everything. Now it's just, no! I will take you down with what Rodan taught me. And he starts moving. So 1, 2, 3. I will set up my allies. Step 1. And then, so he sets up in such a way that anyone on the side can get flanking. And then he tries to strike the creature who took his master down.
Does flanking work with reach? I think you still have to be within. Does it work with reach? Okay.
It does, yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, as long as you're within melee reach.
Perfect. That'll hit.
First slash. And then, yeah, I'll do another slash.
Oh.
Nice.
Can't be stopped.
You will pay. And that is my turn.
He's looking rough. Alright, which are these skellies? So it's this guy. So you see he is going to he's gonna run up on you. Sees you slashing at his boss. You see this guy just wielding his scimitar, give it a little twirl as he runs in towards you. He's gonna strike out first with the blade. Whiffs it. Lokar's feeling it today. Like Skeleton Champion couldn't hit him. You see slashes first with the blade, and then he tries to come up with the other hand with his claw. Unfortunately, that one will get him. But luckily, not too bad. Sweet. So he strikes out there, and Pax, you're up.
All right. I am going to try to gain panache. My swashbuckler style. I need. Oh, okay. All right. So after seeing him strike him down and seeing him get struck, I'm gonna use my wit and say, "It's time for you to say bon voyage," and hopefully that will. Then I have to roll something, right, to see if.
Can you do like a? Oh yeah, because your wit thing. So it lets you do what? So what's wit let you do for this one?
Bonmont.
Oh, you're doing Bonmont? All right.
Yeah.
So
I think if I succeed in that.
Sweet. So give me a diplomacy check, and it's versus his will save. If you use that basic action macros, I think that's on there too. Maybe. Sweet. That will. I'm pretty sure that'll succeed. Yeah, that'll succeed. Will that crit? No, it won't crit succeed, but yes, that will succeed. So yeah, he is distracted, takes a -2 penalty of perception, and will saves for a minute.
All right. And then, sorry, I lost my. Need to add this effect. Bear with me. Okay. There we go. All right. And now I'm just going to attempt to do a confident finisher. So
Oh, is Pax on the initiative tracker twice?
Is it? Oh, yes, weird.
all right. There we go.
Hey.
That'll hit.
Oh my god.
Nice. All right. I think that is enough. Let me see. Yep. Finish the skeletal champion.
Let's go. So after seeing his foe go down, he'll make his little quip and just kind of like leap on to the back of the horse and like with one foul swoop chop off the head of the undead while still standing on the horse.
You see, cleave through the champion's head. You see it kind of rolling across the ground. And you see the bones begin crashing down as they lose the animation. And then you're able to ride the crash down, but you see the skeletal horses, like bones, begin to just fall apart. And you come kind of like gracefully falling to the ground. Perfect. All right. That's all 3 of your actions, right?
Yes.
Sweet. Roll us.
Alright, I will start by tuning my loot, doing a few throwing exercises, and I'll use a free action to cast Lingering Composition. So I need to make a perform check with a DC of 15.
Solid.
Yes! Oh, it's a crit!
Nice.
Alright,
Yeah.
so let me just cast that. Then I will use my first action to cast Courageous Anthem with Lingering Composition. So I'll start strumming, start yelling out, "We got the big one! Let's keep going until they're all gone!" And I will give everyone Courageous Anthem, which gives you a +1 status bonus to your attack rolls, damage rolls, and saves against fear.
You guys
and
want to drag that over to your token, and it'll apply it automatically.
Yep. And since I crit succeeded on Lingering Composition, that will last 4 rounds.
Nice.
Then I will use... oops, sorry, I did that again. As my last 2 actions, I will cast Hymn of Healing on Rodan.
Sweet.
So he gains Fast Healing 2, so you'll regenerate 2 health on the start of your turn.
Ooh.
And right now you gain 2 temporary hit points. And that is my turn.
Do temporary hit points make me no longer unconscious? I feel like probably not.
No, they don't.
Right.
But the 2 hit points you gain at the start of your turn from Fast Healing will bring you up.
All right.
Alright, that's me. Thank you.
So you guys hear this? How does that melody sound? I feel like, 'cause I thought you got like the crazy bit with like the courage piece, or the what's it called now? It used to be called Inspire Courage, but what's
So I'm sort of I'm multitasking a little bit. I'm using my lute, playing a tune, almost like an anthem, just to get everyone pumped up. But with my voice, I'm having to do this hymn towards Rodan to sort of ease him back up into the fight.
Nice. That's you guys see this going off. You feel pumped, ready to fight. And Rodon, you feel just a little bit of energy and life kind of flowing back into you. It's Summer Love. You're up.
So quick question. With my aerial boomerang, it said 60-foot line, but can I have it be like shorter if I want the end where it ends to not be 60 feet away, but be like closer? Or does it have to go the full 60 feet distance?
Oh, let me read it real quick. You did post it, sweet.
Yeah.
60 feet of it. I think it does have to be unfortunate at the end of it.
Gotcha. Let me... not quite enough. All right. In that case, I will. Actually, let's all right, do a elemental blast and spend 2 actions to add a con bonus to it.
Nice.
And I'm gonna target. Does the horse? Can I tell? Or maybe this would be like a recall knowledge or something. But does the horse look like it's like now that it's lost its rider, it's just gonna like bolt and flee, or is it like intelligent to where it's gonna continue fighting against us?
Oh, the horse fell apart too. So yeah, he's
okay.
It's out of the path.
Nice.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll throw it at. Oh, I can target him. Sky and blast.
Nice. That'll hit.
Good stuff.
Let's see. Doesn't look like it's turning off the Courageous Anthem by default. I'm trying to make sure there's a reason for that, or if I should.
It's on there. You got +1.
Oh, it's like crossed out in the little pop-up. Well, we'll see if it adds it. It should be a D6 +5.
Oh, because for the damage roll.
Yeah.
Because they're both status bonuses, I believe.
The con bonus.
Con?
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Solid. Finish him.
Yeah. So these dandelions all float over, and I think I had it set to slashing damage this time, but they alight all around this skeleton, and suddenly they're just like swirling wind, and the bones collapse into a pile. All right, so that was 2 actions. I'm going to stride. Let's go out here. And that's my turn.
Sweet. Alright, you see the remaining 2 skeletons. Which one is first? Yeah, the one that saw you basically just obliterate its comrade, rushes out, scimitar drawn. It tries to cut down the poor Leshy. First hit. So you see him kind of cleave through, kind of cutting a line across you. He lashes out with his claws on the second one, trying to just rip out the dandelions across you. But fortunately, you prove too fast and are able to easily dodge that last blow. Though you do have some blood. I don't know if they bleed. Do you have blood or what trail? Yeah.
Some sap.
Some sap.
Drips out.
And that is his turn. Other guy, yeah, he's just pulling out his bow. What else can he do? Anything cool? He can't do anything else really crazy. So he pulls out his bow, and he is going to. He's going to pick on you, Bax. He saw you behead their boss. He pulls out that bow and just leashes 3 times. Miss.
Whoa.
Yes, you see 3 arrows whipping towards you. You're easily. First one looks like it's close to hit, but you're able to kind of just dodge, just narrowly aside. The other ones aren't even close, and you just kind of hold your place as they fly over you. Rodad, you are back up. Well, you're back conscious. You just use one action to stand, but outside of that, you are free to do whatever you like.
All right. I gain 2 HP at the start of my turn, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
And you would also get the effects of Inspire Courage, or sorry,
Right.
what it's called now.
I think you said something about dragging it somewhere for an effect to take place. Did I mishear that?
Oh yeah, so I'll find it and throw it on for you. Yeah,
Okay.
I think we can drag it over with. There you go.
All right. Well, Rodin is going to get up using the first action, and then I am going to do what I was planning to do last time. I'm targeting the skeleton that's firing the arrows.
All right.
You can't keep an old orc down. And then he's going to devise a stratagem on this bad guy. Let me target him, just in case. I don't actually know if I need to target him for that action in Foundry, but we're going to do it. Ooh. Well, I'm still going to try for it, I think, if I can reach him. Can I reach him? I can, as a part of that, as a free action, I can attempt to recall knowledge about him.
Okay.
Is it going to be also religion?
It will be religion for him as well, but a bit easier too.
All right. I just picked bad ones. I'm proficient in like everything except religion.
Unfortunately, undead are governed with oof.
Oh.
No, I know nothing. I've never fought undead before. Clearly, not in as many long years of battle.
What is a skeleton?
I've never seen beings like this before. No, all right. Still, I don't know what its AC is, so I'm still going to try to hit it. So I am going to attempt to move towards it and use that attack roll.
Yeah, get him with that cane.
To use what is called, I think, a strategic strike. How do I actually make it happen?
So, could we use the roll that you've already done, right?
Right.
But do we add in your intelligence?
I add my intelligence modifier, which is.
And you're trained. Yeah, you're trained
Yes.
at your level. So that'd be 3 plus what's your intelligence modifier?
My intelligence modifier, give me a second, is 4.
Right, 4.
So plus 7.
15, and do you get any bonuses for that outside of that?
It's this. I also have a circumstance bonus.
Oh, it's Courageous Anthem. Yeah. That hits. Just hits. Yeah, Courageous Anthem coming in handy,
Awesome.
but that will hit.
All right, so I get to add an additional 1d6 damage to it when I hit him as well.
Solid.
Oh, also, everyone else who tries to attack this guy now gets a +1 circumstance bonus because I... Oh, wait, no, sorry. I failed that. That part doesn't happen. That's what the roll part is for. But I'm going to try to hit him. How do I do that? I just roll the
You've already
damage.
got the attack roll in, but just roll a attack with your cane. We'll ignore the attack roll and just get the damage from the roll. Actually, I think you can just click damage if you wanted to, too.
Yes, okay. Let's see if I can do that. Cool. It's 1d6, and then I'm also going to get an additional 1d6 from the strategic strike. Go!
Oh,
Almost max damage.
Nice.
Whoa.
So yeah, how does that all? How's that all? Like you were on your deathbed on the ground. You hear this healing hymn from Corolos. You jump up. How does this all look?
All right. Rodin is going to stumble forward for a moment, but then you see him pull his cane, a blade out of the top of his cane, and study his opponent for just a second, and then do a feint in one direction, and then when they raise their bow to try to block it, he's going to strike right in the center of the sternum. just as it tries to block and take it down. He's not striking with his strength, but he's striking with his precision and the power of his mind.
Yeah, you strike. You find like that right spot, like probably on the spine, where it's like it's rotted. It's like it's the weak spot. You hit that, just crumples. Like the bones fall apart. It falls to the ground. One of the last remaining skeletons is out.
All right. I have redeemed myself, and that is the end of my turn. Satisfied.
Okay.
Yeah, Lokar raises his halberd in celebration. Teacher, you're alive! Let's finish this. And then he will sudden charge even get me there? Oh, that's a little too much. Cool. Yeah, he will. That's exactly enough, 50 feet. So he will sudden charge all the way to here and then strike.
Perfect. Get that flanking on.
Oh,
Oh, that's rough.
I'm going to use a hero point if I have one.
Yeah, you guys all have a hero. I should have mentioned it earlier. Yeah, you guys all have a hero point.
I'll take it.
nice.
Thanks to Offguard and Courageous Anthem, everything.
One of the things I love too with, and if anybody is watching this too that plays Pathfinder, get the mods matter, or what's it called? Modifiers matter. There's a mod that shows you each thing that contributes to the hit, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, take him down.
Yeah, just raises it in this big, no longer afraid celebratory swing, and the whole chest part of it just flips away, and then it's just like a floating head that comes crashing down on its bony legs.
Perfect. You see come crashing down, and you guys look up and see that all of the skeletal warriors have been dealt with. You see the three bodies kind of just beyond the view of the map, kind of near that abyss. You see one of them pop up and recognize your old friend Billy, and he kind of waves at you. Hey, guys, you did it! You did it! Ronan, I thought you were dead for a second, but you did it!
Billy! Does Billy have any
I've-
rum?
You guys go by Billy. He smells like rum. Like Ronan, Ronan, you're the smart one. You probably will guess that he was probably drinking rum at the time this occurred. And probably either spilled the rum on himself, broke a bottle as he left. He reeks of it, but he doesn't have any on him.
Alright.
Incredible. And everyone else is here, right, as well?
Yeah, so so this you guys and the two others outside of Billy are there as well. You see one of them is the captain, who's just kind of this old gnarled gnome seafarer. You see he's got kind of a little patch on his eye. He is unconscious but alive and in as good of health as he can be in this situation. And you see another deckhand as well, just kind of a human, burly looking guy. They really didn't say too much to you guys throughout the voyage. But all three of them, including Billy, look to be in good health. What do you guys do kind of right after? You guys see Billy is up. You've taken care of these skeletal foes. What's next?
I'll quickly sustain the last 3 rounds of Hymn of Healing, so Rodan, you get 6 more hit points.
Nice.
Hey, that brings me up to a total of 8.
And unfortunately, your temporary hit points go away.
That's fine. You play a good war hymn.
Thank you. I try. Right, I'll sort of look to the captain. Oh, is he conscious?
He's knocked out right now.
Okay.
We could definitely try to see if we could rouse him though.
Yeah, I guess go over and rouse the 3 that we found.
You see that Billy's up. He's chattering away. he's Billy's like a talker. So he's just talking about everything right now. He's like, oh well, the ship went down. I had like a lot of cool stuff on there. Just talk about everything. Like you guys are in literally a hellscape right now. But he is still talking about the rum he lost. What is he gonna do now for a job? Just anything and everything in between. The captain does eventually wake up. You see the gnome kind of look around, kind of slowly dawn on himself where he is, and you just hear a low fuck as he kind of comes through and he goes, "We got a way off this mess."
Not yet.
Yeah, possibly, as he said. We'll figure it out.
We have the remains of a ship, and you have some able hands over here. Can we make something happen?
You see him kind of look through, look at you guys, look at the burly human. He gives a nod to him, looks at Billy. You kind of see like doesn't quite give a nod. He kind of just like he's holding back like a scowl there. He goes, "Gotta make do with what you got." And as he says that, everybody give me a reflex save.
Uh-oh.
Dear.
Uh-oh.
I don't like that.
Nope.
Is this a spell or magical effect?
Definitely a magical effect.
All right, I'm gonna use my Leshy superstition reaction. As they're talking, I maybe find a little coin in the ground. I'm like, oh, this is a lucky coin. And this lucky coin gives me a +1 to this save.
Wait, do both of you have some sort of superstition?
Yes.
A superstitious bunch.
All right. Sorry, you said it was an agility reflex save?
Reflex save, yeah.
Right.
Solid. Is that everybody?
I haven't rolled mine yet. There it goes. I did it.
Oh.
I
Really?
needed that very badly because I'm not very good at this.
Yeah, you guys, like, as the captain says, you gotta make do with what you got. First you hear a rumble, and then like you see like this bolt of like golden violet energy just burst out of the crevice, kind of that huge like crater in the earth beyond you for the abyss. You see that burst out. You see the ground start to shake. You see Billy knocked from his feet. The captain as well. The burly human, he holds a stance. But all you guys like are just. You are like feeling it right now. You guys feel the ground rock, and you're able to kind of move, dodge aside, whatever you need to do to keep yourselves fully rooted and like on the ground, and keeping yourselves upright as this goes through. But you guys see this bolt of energy moving through this abyss, this crater in the ground. The ground is shaking it apart, and you start to see kind of from the ridge of the abyss, hands starting to claw their way out. What do you guys do?
How big are the hands? Are they like normal person size or like massive?
Well, no, yeah. So multiple hands. Like you guys see,
okay.
like a dozen different hands, but most of them are like regular, either human size. Some are like, some of them are bigger with a dragonborn size. Some of them are smaller with the gnomes, halfling, but just humanoid size as they kind of reach out and try to pull themselves up.
I think Rulokar is the first one to yell, "Run!" and then he says, "No, I tactically retreat."
Rodin throws him a thumbs up after the tactical retreat.
Pax will run over and help Billy up and take off like a bat out of hell.
Sweet. Everybody give me an athletics check as you guys are just booking it out of Dodge.
Oh, here we go. Oh no.
I believe.
Sweet. So Lokar, Korolos, Rodin, you guys are good.
Right.
The other ones, you guys are like at the top of the pack. Pack's even dragging Billy, who's still talking as you guys are running right now, asking like random questions you'd have no idea how to solve. Like, what's that? What are they doing? What do they want? Like, You have no clue. You should know you have no clue, but he's still asking.
Really?
But you're able to keep him moving. You guys are running through. Captain is good. The other guy is good. Summer, as well as. Oh no, Pax, you're not good. Sorry, Pax, you are. Who did I miss then? So Lokar, Korolos, and Rodon. You're good. You guys are good. Pax, unfortunately, Billy's just chattering has slowed you down. He is asking you all these questions. And well, Summer, I don't know if Summer, you're trying to help the captain or the other human, and just kind of getting slowed down by these guys. But you guys can feel like this, not their breath, but just like this presence of these skeletal warriors hot on your heels. Some of them loose their bows and shoot some arrows at you guys as you're running. And you guys are each going to take a d6 of damage.
You want us to roll that? Or?
Oh, I wrote it. There you go. Okay. So 5 damage to the both of you guys. Are you both still up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. You guys are hauling through. You all see these, and as you all kind of the three in the front look back and see Summer and Pax, you all see like this horde of skeletal warriors. In the very far back, you see this one that is just almost glowing with this golden violet hue, almost directing them, and you can feel his voice in the back of your head. As you are going through, you see Pax and Summer take an arrow, but keep moving. But as this creature begins to speak, and you don't hear anything. Like, the thing is, like, it's dead silence outside of the sound of your own breath, the sound of you running, the sound of the skeleton's bones clanking behind you. But you hear goes, "I am the master of these lands. None shall leave without my permission." Everybody make a will save.
Oh, use bless you superstition again.
Perfect. Oof.
Uh-oh.
Courageous Anthem still isn't going, is it?
No,
No?
it's
Yeah,
faded
it's
by
not.
now.
Yeah.
Never good when the DM goes, oof.
Well,
Yeah.
bad start to this one. So, Rodon, it's summer this time. So, Rodon, you were just like, you've probably been through this shit before. You know to keep running when the skeletons are chasing you. You know to keep out the voice in your head. You're doing fine. Summer, you keep out the voice in your head. But these guys, Korolos, Pax, and Lokar, you feel this like this voice in your head. You see this glowing figure behind you. You see this horde of undead chasing you, and you feel like this primal dread. And you're almost fighting your body to keep yourself moving. Like your brain is like just stabbing at you, trying to say stop, stop, stop. And you guys are going to take a d6 of spirit damage, unholy, as you guys are going through. I don't know if anybody's sanctified or if that matters to anybody, but it is unholy. So you all will take 3 damage. And who feels lucky? Because I want to do one roll for all 3 of the NPCs we've got left here. Somebody who's feeling lucky, roll me a d20. Look, I
believe in you.
Oh!
Right.
Hero point.
If you got your hero point left, you could use it for that.
Oh, yeah, we could have used it.
I'll use a hero point to reroll that.
Yeah, 3 out of 3.
No!
Oh, it's worse.
Right.
It's worse.
So somebody else,
Billy, no.
Somebody else roll me 3d6. These guys aren't warriors. They
I'm
each
doing it.
have 4 HP. Shit. Well,
Billy.
so you guys see the captain as that voice goes through, straight falls. You see the other guy, the burly human that looked like he could really do some good deck work, trips and falls. Billy gets a nosebleed, and Billy is still talking.
He's drowning out the voices.
Yeah, because 551. So he's hurt, but he's still just talking. He's still but you guys see this, and as you all are running from this horde of undead, you see this creature's master in the background. You're able to reach the coast, and for a minute, like, you just see the dark waters ahead. But you do eventually see the ship that you guys see bring the undead and the captain and the other 3 men come through, and you see the 2 dragonborn kind of working the oars, and you see this old man just with a stupid smile upon his face make your way there and kind of just come up right to shore, giving you guys just enough time to jump in before he takes back off, taking you back into the open waters of Cassia. As you guys kind of leave, you see this just horrific creature with this violet and gold aura kind of surrounding him. Like, he looks to be almost like a patchwork made up of different species. You see him hold the staff, and he just glowers at you guys as you guys make your way outside of the 8 islands, the wastelands of Ada, escaping with your lives and apparently Billy.
Rodan is making sure to dump any sand out of his boots. He is taking none of this cursed gold with him. He is taking nothing with him.
Oh, some gold.
Throw that in the ocean.
But with that, you guys are able to escape, and that's the adventure. That's the haunting of Ada.
Woo!
Made it.
Yeah, you guys did really well for the fights. I mean, I was worried when Rodan when you went down the attack of opportunity, but you popped back up and killed somebody. You guys this is for anybody that wants the math. It was a low fight for the first one for encounter difficulty, and then a moderate. But you guys smashed through them.
Awesome.
Man, that was amazing.
Nice. Yeah, that was a good one.
We did it, y'all.
Lokar is still surprised that Pax did, at least to as much as he knows, Pax did not steal any of the gold.
No,
Any gold with him, I should say.
Yeah, being a deckhand and kind of knowing about that place, he would have known like this is cursed. This is a cursed area, so he wouldn't have. Yeah.
That's how they get you. The sand has gold in it, so it's in your
Right.
shoe.
Summerlove's probably still hanging on to that coin they found earlier.
My favorite was when Rodan was like, every creature has a weakness, and then got fucking bopped in the head, bopped and down, dude. Like, your weakness is.
I'm not as fast as I used to be.
Would anyone actually have lived that attack? My God.
29, though, that was a bad crit. Because the skeleton champion, like, he doesn't have a ton of HP, but he hits hard, especially the lance. So it's one of those rough ones.
Yeah.
Because the lance has deadly. That's what it is, deadly on it too. So when it crits, it gets an extra dice. So yeah, it's just a rough one.
It certainly felt deadly. Just another battle scar.
Got another scar, but you survived. You got to kill somebody with the cane too. So I mean,
I redeemed
good day for Oda.
Yeah. Nice.
Perfect. So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. This is a little one shot in my homebrew world of Kazuya. More to come with that, hopefully next year too. Last thing I'll say too, we had a vote for our game of the month for December. We had to skip November between being sick and then holidays. I just did not have time to read a new book. But we are going to be getting into Dragonbane by Free League. There's more to come on that. So I have not had a chance to crack it open yet. But hopefully this weekend I'll get a chance to dive in and get the first impressions up. So stay tuned for that. I'm not sure when the actual play for that will be because holidays, but sometime in December, keep an eye out for that with the Dragonbane action play. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and next time, everybody.
No, thank you.